Welcome to this explainer. Let's take a calm, serious look at breaking the cycle of consumer debt. Right now, American consumers hold $1.28 trillion in credit card debt. That debt is held entirely by regular people just like us, not governments or major corporations. And that total went up by $40 billion in just the last 12 months alone. Looking closer, the average family owes $6,500 at over 21% interest. Making only minimum payments on that takes 11 years, and it completely doubles your original cost. You ultimately pay back over $13,000. The bank simply keeps that difference. The minimum payment is actually a 1970s business model designed to maximize payment duration, not help you. As a result, credit card delinquency rates in 2026 have steadily reached a 14-year high. More Americans are falling behind today, yet almost nobody has a concrete plan to get out. But there is a proven blueprint. One person paid off $8,400 in 28 months. They did it with no second job, no financial windfall, and while still enjoying their life. This isn't just theory. It's a reliable, step-by-step plan that genuinely works for everyday people. So, are you ready to rethink your approach and finally break your cycle of debt?
Ryan. He lives in Dallas, Texas. He's 31 years old, makes about $55,000 a year, and pays his rent on time. By most metrics, he's a responsible adult in a stable economy. But Ryan has a secret. He is currently carrying $8,400 in credit card debt, spread across 3 different accounts. Every month, he logs in and pays the minimum amount due. Because these payments barely exceed the interest charges, the timeline stretches across decades. Ryan would be 53 years old by the time he finally clears these 3 cards. We can see why by breaking down a $3,000 balance at a 24% annual percentage rate. Ryan's minimum payment is $75. $60 of that is immediately consumed by interest. Only $15 actually touches the debt he originally spent. Nearly half of all American cardholders carry a balance from month to month. Ryan's situation is the calculated outcome of a systemic mechanism designed to maximize bank profit through revolving debt. Modern debt traps are a relatively new invention. Early charge cards, like this purple American Express from 1959, required users to pay their entire balance in full at the end of every billing cycle. That changed with the introduction of revolving credit. This allowed banks to stop demanding full repayment, instead letting customers carry balances forward indefinitely while charging them for the privilege. This mechanism relies on compound interest. Every 30 days, the bank calculates interest based on the principal balance combined with the unpaid interest from previous months. Minimum payments are corporate tools. They are mathematically engineered to ensure a borrower remains profitable for as long as possible. One way to break the cycle is the avalanche method, depleting the card with the highest interest rate first. Alternatively, the snowball method targets the card with the smallest balance first. When that first account vanishes, the borrower gets a psychological win that builds momentum. The avalanche appeals to those driven by raw logic. The snowball works for those who need immediate evidence of progress to stay committed. The technical superiority of the math matters less than the borrower's ability to finish the plan. The right strategy is whichever one you can stick to. For those already missing payments or facing collection calls, self-directed strategies may not be enough. In these cases, a nonprofit debt management plan becomes a necessary intervention. Certified counselors negotiate directly with creditors to lower interest rates and waive penalties. They consolidate those individual debts into one monthly payment that is lower than the sum of the original minimums. This is different from predatory debt settlement scams. Those programs advise stopping payments, which triggers defaults and locks you out of the financial system. Recognizing the need for professional, nonprofit assistance is a strategic move to regain control. Ryan chose the avalanche method, but he needed more cash to accelerate the process. A subscription audit identified unused gym memberships and streaming services, recovering $67 a month. He made a rate reduction call. Using a script, he asked for a lower APR based on his payment history, saving $35 a month. He also moved his most expensive balance to a 0% introductory transfer card. For 12 months, every cent he paid went directly to the principal. Finally, he substituted his daily coffee purchase with homebrewing. This one expense switch freed up an additional $110 every month. These small adjustments, $67 from subscriptions, $35 from lower interest, and $110 from coffee, gave Ryan $212 of new debt-fighting leverage without needing a second job. Ryan combined that $212 with his Avalanche strategy. He mapped out a strict timeline to eliminate his highest interest account first. Once the first card hit zero, he rolled its payment into the next. As payments grew, the principal plunged to zero. Ryan finished in 28 months, avoiding $11,000 in interest. Break the cycle by identifying the interest trap. Select either the Avalanche or Snowball strategy. Audit your monthly expenses to find hidden cash, and negotiate with your bank for lower rates. Escaping the trap is a matter of deploying a structured counter-strategy against the bank's math. It begins by deciding which approach fits you best. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button. This action helps the Discovery algorithm distribute these financial truths to those still caught in the revolving debt cycle. Subscribing to DollarSpeak places you within a community dedicated to maintaining this defensive perimeter. Subscribe to DollarSpeak for more money truths every week. This ensures you have a consistent stream of intelligence as the landscape shifts. The notification bell serves as a direct alert system for when we uncover a new mechanism designed to capture your wealth. Use these tools now to secure your access to this data. We will continue to monitor the system to ensure you have the necessary defense for the next phase of the battle.